Can anyone out there tell me if this ride can be called an adventure ride, or is it an enduro? We are riding, and it does seem to be an adventure, and really not too much endurance required. What is the criteria for an adventure ride, or an adventure bike, I guess? Does it have to be a big heavy bike with lots of panniers, or can it be this small bike? I know this is a small light two-stroke bike and probably doesn't fit everyone's criteria for an adventure bike, but I did ride it with all my gear to and from to Cape York and then back to Cairns with no problems. There's even people who ride Honda postie bikes, and some around the world. Are they on an adventure? Is that an adventure bike? Is it cheating when you've got a smaller, lighter bike? I mean, you certainly can get more places, and look, I've never met anyone that said, gee, I wish I had a heavier bike when they've fallen off it. Maybe the perfect adventure bike is simply the bike that you've got. I mean, you make the most of that. Or maybe there is no all-round bike. Maybe you need a whole garage full of different bikes so that you can work out what track and where you're going and pick out one of your fleet to ride on. Although I must admit I do know this particular bike very well. I've had it for 7 years, and all the little idiosyncrasies that go with it and the bits that fall off, and at the moment I've tried to make it extremely reliable. All the bits and pieces that do fall off are well and truly glued on, lots of Loctite, and it's extremely reliable. I've got moose tubes in the tyres, so I never get a flat tyre. I fitted a recluse clutch so it never stalls, and the steering dampener seems to certainly help when you're in the rocky areas. And the HID headlight and LED spotties certainly help when it's dark. And the fold down mirrors keep it legal when I'm riding on the road. And I think the Sena in-helmet communication system is probably one of the best tools that I've bought for adventure riding. Fortunately, Jason doesn't have one as yet, but I'm working on him. I really look forward to any feedback that you guys can give me on what we should be calling whatever we're doing out here, and encourage everyone to get out here and make the most of this fantastic weather. And the guys from Perth Adventure Riders are out most weekends and often during the week on rides, so lots of fun to be had. And thanks again, Jason, for taking us on a midweek ride. We had a lot of fun.